Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping into some key sources on Adolf Hitler and the Holocaust. To really understand this, you've got to picture post-World War I Germany, think total turmoil.
Exactly. The Treaty of Versailles, crippling hyperinflation, this shaky Weimar Republic.
Yeah, it was fertile ground for extremism, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And that's why this deep dive matters. It's about understanding, human cruelty, the sheer danger of extremism when it's unchecked.
And how fragile democracy can actually be.
Precisely. The sources really highlight this systematic slide from prejudice, step by step, into state-run extermination. It wasn't inevitable. People made choices.
Okay, let's track Hitler's path. He was exposed to German nationalism, anti-Semitism early on, then World War I.
Right. The war and Germany's defeat hit him hard, a deep crisis, as some sources put it. That's supposedly when he formed this mission to liberate Germany.
So he gets into politics.
Yeah.
Joins the German Workers' Party in 1919. And finds he's, well, quite the speaker.
A powerful speaker. And that talent fueled his rise. The party gets renamed the Nazi Party, and he climbs the ranks fast.
And then consolidating power. How did that work so effectively?
Well, he expertly used the Great Depression's chaos. It gave him a huge boost. Then Chancellor in 1933.
And the Reichstag fire. That was the excuse.
A very convenient one, yes. Used to slash civil liberties, then the Enabling Act basically killed off German democracy.
And when Hindenburg died in 1934.
Hitler merged the roles, became Führer, and that introduced the Führer principle.
The leader principle, his word above all law.
Exactly. It meant unconditional authority flowing downwards, and crucially, zero accountability flowing back up. His whim was law.
So this absolute power, what was the ideology driving it? Nazism as fascism plus extreme ethno-nationalism.
Correct. A core belief in a superior Aryan race versus so-called culture-destroying groups.
With Jews singled out as the main enemy.
The paramount threat, absolutely. But also Romani people, Slavs, Black people, homosexuals, the disabled, Jehovah's Witnesses, labeled inferior or dangerous.
And this racial ideology drove Lebensraum.
Yes, living space. The push east, planning to exterminate or enslave Slavic populations. And alongside that, Volksgemeinschaft.
The people's community. Racially pure, unified.
To overcome all internal divisions, these ideas worked together, you see, and they fundamentally rejected democracy, capitalism, and communism. Authoritarian rule was the goal.
Yeah. The progression into the Holocaust itself is just chilling. First, the early persecution, 1933 to 1938, the Nuremberg laws in 1935.
A major step. They legally stripped Jews of citizenship, defined who was a racial Jew, banned marriage or sex between Jews and non-Jews, or Sanction Day, they called it.
Turning prejudice into law.
And then Kristallnacht, November 1938, the night of broken glass.
This wasn't random violence, was it?
No. State orchestrated, synagogues burned, businesses destroyed, hundreds killed, 30,000 Jewish men dragged to concentration camps. It was also a test, really, seeing how the world would react.
And the escalation.
Yeah.
Action T4 in 1939.
The so-called euthanasia program, targeting disabled people, the ill, life unworthy of life. Horrifying in itself, but also a testing ground.
For methods of mass killing.
No.
Like gassing.
Precisely. Refining the techniques. Then, by 1941, you have the Einsatzgruppen.
Mobile killing squads following the army.
Systematically murdering Jews, Romani, political opponents, mostly by shooting. Think Bebanyar, over 33,000 Jews killed in 2 days. Industrial-scale killing even before the camps.
Which leads to the final solution. Coordinated at Wannsee in 1942.
Yes, Wannsee wasn't where the decision was made, but where it was coordinated across the entire German state. The goal: systematic, deliberate, physical annihilation of European Jews.
And the ghettos, like Warsaw, they were part of this.
Holding pens. Horrifically overcrowded, disease-ridden places where thousands died anyway, but also collection points for deportation.
To the camps, so we need to distinguish between them, right?
Definitely. Early camps like Dachau were mainly for political prisoners. But then came the extermination camps. Auschwitz-Birkenau, Treblinka, Sobibor, built specifically for industrialized murder, gas chambers, crematoria.
And even at the very end, the death marches.
Forced marches as the Allies closed in. Tens of thousands died from exhaustion, starvation, or were just shot.
When we talk about victims, 6 million Jews primarily, but it's broader.
Much broader. Yeah. Roma, disabled people, Poles, Soviet POWs, homosexuals, Jehovah's Witnesses. Many groups targeted.
And the perpetrators. It wasn't just Hitler.
Far from it. Himmler, Heydrich, Eichmann, the SS, the regular army, the Wehrmacht, doctors, industrialists. It was systemic. Shows the danger of obedience, of just looking away.
Plus collaborators in other countries.
Essential for the scale. Axis partners, local forces like the Ustasa in Croatia, Vichy France, Baltic auxiliaries. Motivations varied, but the help was crucial.
Historians debate the exact path, intentionalism versus functionalism.
Right, was it Hitler's plan from the start, or did it evolve more chaotically? But both views agree on his central role in guilt.
And after the war, the Nuremberg trials.
Groundbreaking. The real start of international criminal law, holding individuals accountable for crimes against humanity.
The impact was huge globally, wasn't it?
Immense. The UN, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the Genocide Convention, all direct responses. A shift towards trying to protect universal rights.
Yet, knowledge gaps today are worrying. Denial, distortion online.
Which makes education vital. Remembering, listening to survivors, it's critical to prevent this horror again.
So the Holocaust stands as this chilling example of systematic, state-sponsored atrocity, from ideology to industrial murder.
It's a stark warning, isn't it? About unchecked power, how fragile democracy is, and why we always need vigilance against anti-Semitism, against all bigotry.
This deep dive wraps up here, but for you listening, the thinking continues. What does vigilance look like in your life? How do we ensure these lessons aren't just learned but truly applied today?